Hey everyone, we're back.
Hey everyone, we are back and it's a breaking news update. Yeah?
It's a short, cute vid. No.
Yeah, it's going to be a short vid. We wanted to give a little update and kind of tell you guys what we heard about the last video. Why Sarah's already laughing at me.
I always am.
I know
it.
you
know it.
And do a little update about what we kind of heard about the story that we talked about on our last video. So is it breaking news? Not really, because we really heard this yesterday. Okay, so if you guys remember our last video, it was titled Tobin deletes Instagram posts, ? What does this mean? Hidden messages or hidden message.
Well, it's a very dramatic voice.
Sarah thought the hidden message part was so funny of the title. She goes, Sarah, there wasn't hidden messages.
Sarah's wild when she comes
comes
up with these titles.
So that was what we talked about last time. We talked about, as everyone remembers, Tobin, you go to her Instagram and it's been wiped clean of all the posts. She changed her profile pic. She changed her profile. It no longer says 17. So, something is going on. I guess the first thing we'll kind of talk about is she actually released a story on her Instagram, and I'll play the story, but I won't play the audio. But Sarah and I watched it. Mm-hmm. It was her talking about reinc membership.
So that's why I think that she's like redoing or the last word she said, relaunching, spacing her Instagram.
Yeah, and it was a really cute video of her just talking about joining up for the reinc membership, and that how important it is, what kind of a community they'll have over there. And so that's
reinventing herself.
Absolutely. So that's something that's really passionate to her. So I still think it has something possibly to do with that. Like, you think that too, Sarah? So you're thinking it pretty much 100% has to do with reinc, how she just wants to focus on reinc content. So she wants everyone to focus on that.
100%.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, because if you think about, a lot of their content, like, Kristen did a couple stories, and there's this membership they have seems like a very important thing to the company, know. So she put that story out. When did she put that out? Yesterday?
Yeah,
yesterday.
Yesterday.
So what I want to go over some comments that we got, and then we're gonna have the breaking news at the end of the video. So look for timestamps. Okay. So I'm gonna go over some of these comments. These were just comments that popped up that I kind of thought were interesting, and I want to see what you guys thought about some of these comments. Okay, so I'm gonna read the first one, and it's from Emily.
My biggest worry is that maybe she got bad news on her injury and is looking at maybe not being on the Olympic roster. Just thinking this based on removing the 17, but I feel like if that were the case, she might not make her profile the World Cup celebration, or maybe she would. I really hope not. Maybe one of you know better and can ease my concerns.
Yeah. So I mean, I saw a couple of comments kind of like that, but that's a big word for people. We don't know exactly how her recovery is going, maybe even the extent of her injury. I know that Manchester United and a lot of the WSL teams keep injuries very under wraps in the UK. A little bit. I mean, obviously she is still a US women's national team player, but they keep a lot of injuries not as open as I think in American sports as they do over in Europe. So that's always a concern, especially if she's been given news that it's very serious. Does anything appear like it's that? Not necessarily, but not necessarily not either. So, sometimes when people get really upsetting news, they just want to change. You know what I mean? They just they want to move forward.
Shave your head.
That too. But they want to move forward a little bit and kind of just want to move forward. So it could be something like that. So reinc or something like that. And I don't want to discredit that, because it totally could be something like that. Here's another comment, kind of like the comment we just talked about, but it was another insight that I definitely think makes a lot of sense and is valid.
I think some people go through enough stuff in their past that sometimes you need to clean the slate. And in Tobin's case, she seems to be a very private person who does things on her own terms. Perhaps with the new reinc branding and with everything that has happened since Portland, Tobin needed to purge the past and start anew. Beautifully said.
Very beautiful.
Kind of poetic.
So poetic. I'm
A
telling
little
you,
jelly. Don't write so well in the comments because I'm coming for you.
The comment section shines, not just in our videos, but people who leave comments shine. They are amazing. So
Hey, does this make you want to work on your grammar and spelling, Sarah?
The viewers know my grammar is.
I'm telling you,
we're not talking about it.
Grammarly.com sponsor us.
This comment I thought made a lot of sense too, because a lot of times you just, like she said, you want to start anew. You want to, especially if you're not the most open with your feelings and your personal life, you just want to start new, especially at a new phase. She's just getting into her 30s now.
I get that, but I'm all about the past. It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
I think the past makes who you are in the present.
Yeah.
And I think, but what's my opinion mean to this world?
No, but like this person said, Thorns really did her wrong in a lot of people's mind, in our mind.
They dragged her through the mud, pretty much. Yeah.
So maybe it's pictures, Tobin can go take out every picture if she's like in a Thorn gear or something, which I don't know if she had a lot. I'm just saying maybe things that reflected her time with the Thorn. She just said, I don't want to deal with that even in a public space. I just want to start anew. And that makes total sense,
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. And that makes a lot of sense.
Jab.
This comment got a lot of likes, and a lot of people agreed with this comment, and I'm going to have you read it, and I think it did too.
I give Tobin so much credit for holding on to her personal life and trying to stay private, even with all the behind-the-scenes women's national team videos about their youth, background, etc. She never talks about her family, where she lives, or college days. I feel like these Instagram deletes, she felt like she dipped too far into social media and with Christian Press, and felt uncomfortable with all the attention, so she deleted things. I imagine there's a ton of pressure to post on social media comparing to her teammates' accounts and posts, and I applaud her for going against the norm. Yes. Plus, she is one of the most talented soccer players and the women's national team has ever had. Her game speaks for her. She doesn't need social media.
Yeah, and like you kind of talked about too, which was she doesn't go with just what everyone's doing. She does her own thing. She
doesn't go with the status quo. Where my High School Musical is at.
So she kind of just does her own thing. And like this comment said, it's kind of like, sometimes people feel like they have dipped their toe too far in with the social media and sharing a lot, because that's not a lot of people naturally don't share a lot. Even you friends you have, some people just don't share like that naturally. And being on social media and being a famous soccer player, you know what I mean?
I can relate. I mean,
so when you think about having to deal with, when you think about where kind of your social media started to where it was going, it's kind of like sometimes you feel like, okay, I've let them in too much, because you need that for yourself as well. Even like on our channel here, anything that we kind of put out into the world, or even with friends, once you tell a friend something, you can't ever take that back. So imagine you have 700.
I could tell one friend in particular. I could tell her anything. She'll forget it the next second.
That's true. But you think about if you tell something to 800,000 people on your Instagram.
They never forget.
Never forget, and it's always there. And it's especially like things that maybe you personally might want to forget. Not in a way of like, I just want to forget it, but you just don't want to think about it for right now, the present,
Mm-hmm.
And that comment did get a lot of likes. And I think being a social, because you need to think about athletes in particular. You think about celebrities, actors who, their role is to be a famous singer, a famous dancer. Their whole persona is kind of like, oh, I'm a singer.
Everybody has a brand.
I'm an actress. But when you think about athletes, 99.9 athletes, what their brand is how well they perform on the field. Mm-hmm. So it's like that added pressure. I have to be good on the field. I have to be the best. If I'm not performing on the field through the stats, then people, it's like that's how you are judged a lot of times, So I think that she has that added pressure of I have to perform and I don't want anything to distract me. So I thought that was a really good comment, and I didn't want to talk about that because it got a lot of likes, and I think that was a really good comment.
Yeah, and I wonder if there is some sort of pressure that they have to like post. Everybody has a personal brand, right?
Yeah.
And especially if you're in the public eye, you have a brand.
Yeah.
And I mean,
it's
I don't know if it's like selling yourself, but pretty much
kind of like promoting,
kind of you're selling
and promoting
yourself,
soccer.
Yeah,
they always need to be promoting soccer.
What you're working for and what you're doing.
The U.S. Soccer might say, "Hey, girls, you want more fans? It doesn't hurt to post on social media positively." you never know. You never know what goes on behind the scenes, because we always hear about stories from athletes saying, hey, you didn't know this when this was happening, but this was going on. So it totally could be like that. But don't you remember, I'll say this about social media, but when I was a kid and you had like a famous favorite athlete, say you really liked Michael Jordan or something, or say you really liked whomever, think about how you really like that athlete, and think about, well, they'll never know I exist. Like when I was a kid, if I really liked, there was one, Shannon Miller, she's a gymnast. I used to love Shannon Miller when I was like 12.
Respect.
She never knew I ever existed, ever in the world, ever. But with social media, these athletes are connected with their fans so closely and so intimately. You're connected.
It's almost dangerous.
Yes, you're connected with these celebrities, and I think that is overwhelming for some people in the public eye, and especially people like Tobin who are a bit more private. So here's kind of the update for her post. So the question was, did she have to delete the posts, or did she somehow archive them or hide them, privatize them? So I got 2 comments here, and I'll read these and then I'll say what we have, the information we have. Okay. So someone goes, you can archive the posts so that they appear deleted but are just hidden. So apparently you can do that, but I think that is just with verified accounts, because someone else says,
because on Instagram there's an archive section.
Oh, is there?
I just remembered.
Okay, so
but I've never archived, so I don't know how that works.
Okay. So it could not be verified, because there's another comment here that says, if you have a verified account, you can privatize all your photos. I think Blink Lively talked about it on an interview once that I watched. So either if you are a celebrity or a verified account, or you just archive your photos, there is that option. So did she delete them? We still don't know at this point, but you have that option.
Or did somebody hack her?
Oh, that someone else saw that?
JK.
I saw that. Okay, so we're going to go to, so someone DM'd us, and they actually wanted to let us know that what they knew. Let me go to there. So they said, okay, she goes, also, when you hit on a message to her main account as if you were going to DM her, it still says 780 posts. So that means that she did archive them, not delete them. Accident or not. So even if it was an accident, she deleted them. And I have a screen cap. I couldn't figure out how they meant to DM them. And so I go, I don't see that. So I asked her who sent us the message, I go, can you screen cap that for me? Because I could not figure out what she was saying. So she did. Thank you so much to who sent us to this. I appreciate it so much. But I'm going to put on the screen, and that's what it says. I don't even think Sarah saw this. So look, it says Tobin, and then it says 749,000 followers, 720 posts. As based on this message, it looks like she has archived the posts. So I'm kind of glad she did, because that was a lot of pictures. But it's her decision.
Oh, because I'm doing it here and it says 0 posts. Okay, so we're playing around with this, and I just did it and it has 0 posts. But I don't know what's different from. I don't know what's up from down, to be honest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so why does it say one thing for someone?
Yeah.
But then for someone
we
else,
we have an update to the update.
We've got a double update in here, everybody.
We have a double. Maybe she either, depending on who you are, who looks like it. Hey everyone, it's Sarah. I am just editing the video, and I can't figure out why it still says 0 for us, and then for other people it might say the full amount of posts that have been archived. It might be because Sarah and I have an old version of Instagram on our phones, and we don't have the new version, or it could be a few different things. Or maybe the person who sent me the screen caps was from the UK, so it might have been because they were from the UK, because right as I asked her for the screen cap, she did it right then. So I don't know. I'm still keeping up this video and keeping up this. I still think that she archived them based on that. But my question to you guys is, if you guys try to DM Tobin, does it say 0, or does it say like 850 or however many posts that she had up? What does it say for you guys? So if you guys try it, tell me what it says on your end, and if you're in the UK or if you're in the US. So the mystery still is there. I still think she archived them. Back to the regular scheduled programming.
So it's a glitch in the matrix.
So
what a fook.
I still think she archived them. 100%. I still do.
I hope so.
Yeah,
Probably.
I think she archived them.
Yeah,
so
I do too.
I don't know. Maybe Oh, you know what? Maybe our apps aren't. Or is your app the most up to date it is?
Nope.
Okay.
Mine's always, well, I don't know.
Okay.
Probably not.
I think she archived them. I'm glad to hear that. So what do you guys think? Questions, comments down below. You know, I still think they're there. I think she archived them. I think there's something for reinc. And a lot of what the comments said, I agree with that too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably still out there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably just archived them all.
And there's, that pressure of so much on social media for these, these people. I was gonna say women, but men, women, people on social media. Celebrities, yes, but then with the added social media, there's a lot of pressure. So, and Tobin's one of the best role models I can think of. All the women on the U.S. women's national team.
Yeah.
But I think they're the best role models. There's a lot of pressure on these women. They handle it so well, and we love and respect them so much.
Yeah.
Not with our singing though. That was disrespectful to them.
Yep, that was something else.
Your singing was good though. She's always in key. I never am. Questions, comments down below. We'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Talk to you later.
Bye. Love you.
Oh, that was sweet.
Okay.